Today we are playing a custom map called Volcanic Abyss, and you see this center part around here. Well, this is the only space in which we can place down towers, so we can only put down 2 if not 3 towers within this little circle here. So today we're going to go for the 2TC achievement, even though you don't get the achievement because it's on a custom map and not an official map. So we're going for a Ultraboost combination, which we've already done on the channel, which also involves the Inferno Ring, which is a thematically appropriate tower for this map, considering it's got quite a few hot things on it. So we're going to go with obviously you go for a super range attack so that you have more coverage of the field here. And since this map has a lot of circles around it, then we can manipulate a lot of the Inferno Ring's range, so that the default attack covers quite a lot of this volcanic crater in this map. The only downside is that we do need some Sentry guns early game and also to help us out against purple balloons. But if we try and select the tack shooter so that we can edit the Inferno Ring's targeting so that it goes for the strongest balloon or the first balloon, etc., then we're going to end up more likely than not selecting one of the Sentry guns that the engineer deploys down. So that's not that fun. Also, update 53 is on the way with the Firecracker Gwen skin. The first time we're getting a 4th skin for a hero, and this time around it's not for like any DLC bundle like with the Adora skin and the Oben skin. Being Shira, Adora, and I've forgotten the name of the Oben skin that you get. It's like some kind of undead one that looks like a pod, but not really. Round 15 here. We're going to go for larger surface area because we do need the cleansing foam for round 24. You're going to be our sole means of decamification of the camo balloons throughout this scenario. Hot shot is normal damage type. Ring of fire is fire damage type, which is same as plasma. The plasma damage type looking at the fire damage type. Make sure, if you're going to copy my homework, make sure to do it, but don't make it look too obvious. Don't worry, I won't. Fire adds damage over time. You could probably fit 3 small footprint towers in the game here. Like if you had like Geraldo, then you could put down some shooty turrets here. Or you would actually save it for like some totems or for idols. We'll go for the faster engineering, which also increases the production of the sentries and the foam, which is good. Good for our endeavors here. So we're going to go for Ring of Fire next, and then we're going to go for Overclock after that. You see, 2TC is a strategy on a map like this, which has a very limited amount of space where you can place down towers. There's nowhere else where you could put down a tower throughout this scenario. It's just not going to happen, as you could tell by all of the red that is emitting right now. Although, luckily, there are sometimes spots where the engineer puts down sentries in other places. But usually if the engineer cannot find a suitable spot to place down a sentry that's near it, and it's also near the track, then it just places down sentries either next to itself or in itself or inside another tower, because it's trying to put down a sentry which it cannot place down in a viable spot which is open. So therefore it just goes to rule number 2, which is just place them anywhere as long as it's near the track. Number 1 is if there's a suitable spot to place down a sentry in a spot in which can also place down a tower, then place down the sentry there. I'm going to delve into a video soon where I cover Sentry Champion again on Cornfield, and it's a scenario that Ryan Melholics has done where you try and get every single pop using the Sentry Champion. But I feel like the run could be even better if you can funnel all of your Sentry spawns in one spot. I'm thinking the bottom left of the starting square, so that when you have invisibility potions it can reach over towards the left and be able to take out some Moabs over there. Not saying that Ryan Melholic's strategy was bad. Obviously he got the marker, but looking at it, I feel like it can be refined a little bit. Not saying he is bad at the game. I say he's much better than I am at the game, to be honest. He did the Archmage and Apache Dart Ship 2TC combination. Apache Prime obviously is very understandable, but Apache Dart Ship, it's a bit weaker than the Prime, is it not? It's like comparing Starscream to Megatron. or comparing Bumblebee to Optimus Prime. Next, we're going to go for the overclock so that we can increase either the Engineer's attack speed and Sentry rate and foam rate of spawning. And I think that's actually going to be more or less what I'm going to do, since we're going to struggle against some of these purple balloons because of the fact that we cannot pop the purple balloons with Arena Fire. But it's not a strategy to keep this as a hot shot, because then we can't do enough damage against Moabs. So I'm just going to continuously overclock the overclock until we can get the Inferno Ring up and running. But also, like, for round 95, it's important to be able to overclock Ultraboost the Ultraboost. I think we can get it on round 95. So therefore, get it mid-round, and you should be able to take care of all of your cleansing foam needs throughout the round, since when you go from overclock to Ultra Boost, your foams get a pierce buff, which is nice. I'm not too worried about ceramics at all, since Arena Fire can just take care of those, but Moabs and purple balloons, I need more sentries to be able to take care of those. Ultra Boost is a very commonly featured tower throughout my channel, because I do a lot of 2TCs, and the Ultra Boost is an incredibly viable tower. Number one, it can fully decamo an entire game of chimps, but also increases attack speed for your powerhouse. It's like having two versions of the same tower down, especially when you get that ×10 Ultra Boost on a tower. Since we do bonus damage against fortified balloons and Moab class balloons, it means that when we go up against a fortified Moab class balloon, our attacks essentially do +2 bonus damage rather than just the +1, because we've got the two different modifiers put together. We also had two different multipliers. I suppose it's not too far off the truth there. Yeah, throughout all of this, round 95 is going to be the round which is going to be the most annoying, because we do need to move the cleansing foam cursor just so that we can keep up with any camo balloons which do leak by, because if you don't upgrade to Ultra Boost throughout round 95 while under the influence of an overclock, it just means that we just do not have enough cleansing foam pierce to take care of the round, because Ultra Boost cleansing foam has been nerfed a little bit when it comes to the amount of pierce that it has. Take care of the BFB layer and the rest should be Arena Fired. Did you know that this is the best tower according to the Bloons Tower Defense 6 Index? They all love this tower. They all keep going on about it. Okay, we do have purple balloons upcoming here, and when we start hearing the noise that the fire is trying to damage a purple, you know that we're not in great hands here, but we definitely have enough attack speed so that we can keep going forward with this. Come on, take down that last Moab, thank you. And Arena Fire should be able to take care of all of these without a problem. We keep overclocking the overclock. That is the strategy here. Now, I'd say out of all of the different decamo processes, I would say that for this map, the best one would be Shimmer, because of the map shape. Just a red balloon went through. How dare it? Come on, you can do better than that. You can do better than that. Take care of that last red balloon. Don't know what happened there. Sometimes retrying around does restart stuff, but a single red balloon leaks through. Hey, damn it, flare balloons. This is not a black border guide. Run invalid. There's such a thing as satire. I know it exists somewhere. Satire does. Also, for version 53, the Boomerang Paragon is going to get an ability regarding stacks and stuff, kind of like how the Engineer Paragon stacks itself, but unlike the Engineer Paragon, the stacks do run out on the Boomerang Paragon's ability, main attack, etc. Now I don't know. Come on, take you out, thank you. Just need another 8k for the wonderful Inferno Ring to be online. Let me know if you want me to play more custom maps. There are some which I do like to play, but unfortunately, sometimes just starting off the custom map can be a bit too difficult, especially if it's like a highly ranked map that is also like -5% completed, and it was originally done on hard chimps. So I'm not that I don't really enjoy really hard maps, and it's especially because of trying to start in that scenario, and then it's not also trying to start with the obvious, you know, triple dart start, or forgot to cleansing foam that one. triple dart start or double desperado start, or nowadays double merm start. It's just the same start. Whereas on easier maps, you could start with a lot of different towers and the strategy would still work, but you're funneled into one kind of playing style on expert level maps, and it's just not fun. It's just really not fun encountering very, very high ceiling difficulty maps in which the only way you can do it is only one particular strategy, which is why I despise expert maps, because it's so unfun to start. It's like the uncanny valley but in reverse. You've got to climb your way out of it before you can start rising up to the top, and the mid game is easier from that point, but then the late game is you're going back down the dip, because that's the uncanny valley but in reverse. I do get why people love expert maps, because it's a really big challenge. I do like challenges, but in different ways, which tests the absolute limits of only a few towers within a scenario, which is why I like 2TCs, because for me personally, I can always do what I think is the best for a few select towers, but if there's too many towers on the screen, then it feels like I need to know the strengths of every single tower at any given point in time. And for me and my silly brain of mine, I can't concentrate with more than 2 or 3 different things at the same time, which is kind of what micro with the mortar, or micro with the ace, or anything like that, where you have more than 2 different things going on simultaneously. And then there's a whole bunch of people that thinks it's all so easy because they think that it is easy because they've done it themselves, therefore that is completely transmigrationally be able to process towards other people in the community, which are not as good. But those people think that knowledge should be incredibly easy to muster because they're the ones who did it. Okay, please, would you please overclock? And I'm going to place the foam over here so we can start decammering those. We should put it in, yeah, put it between different lanes here, so that when we come back around here, we can do the do. Up until round 90, we can comfortably overclock the Inferno Ring, because now we don't have any camo balloons to worry about until 90, and then 93, but most importantly, 95. ZMG, can we do stuff about you? And also the only downside of having all these sentries now is the fact that I can't always place the overclock ability on the Inferno Ring, because the game thinks I'm trying to select a sentry. Yeah, the Inferno Ring is definitely the most powerful of the tier 5 tack shooters. I would say Super Maelstrom is the most fun, and also a very, very good clear up tower when its ability is active. Especially when you got like a MIB on the field, so that you can also handle DDTs and camo balloons with the ability. Because by default, when you use the ability, it can't damage lead balloons, even though its default attack can damage lead balloons. Obviously, regardless, it can't damage camo balloons unless it has camo protection or the camo balloon has to be decamoed. Also find with expert maps, a lot of people that do complete them are quite elitist. Not pointing out any names or anything, but just a general vibe that I get for those who have completed those sort of maps, which are incredibly difficult, is they think that because they've done it, therefore everybody else should be able to do it as well, because that's the kind of mood and mindset in which they present towards everybody else. DDTs be caught in flames. I think regardless if I do get good at expert maps, I'm not going to be putting myself in a situation where I judge others who are not as good at me at the game, because I know what it feels like to not be very good at a game. And therefore, if I do get good at a game, I'm not going to cross-wire my point of view towards another person because they're not as good at the game, or they can't do a particular 2TC combination, which I can, or which I have proven that I can. I would never judge anybody who can't do a particular 2TC combination. It's just fathom out where to place the tower, what sort of timings do you have with the tower, what is their current targeting priority, etc. You know, bring your point forward, have a good counter argument as to why somebody's viewpoint on something which is not very accurate. Don't just dismiss their opinion because you think their opinion is bad or anything like that. Okay, I do want to upgrade to Ultraboost, but I just do not have the means at the moment to be able to continuously progress through the round. And now that we've gone up to Ultraboost, it means that hopefully we do have enough PS foam now so that we can go through this round. Hopefully we do have enough. Nah. Now it's a process if we can actually do enough damage against these DETs so that we can wipe them out. Also apply a Ultra Boost to the Inferno Ring. So far so good, but I am still not overly confident with what we've got going on here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, that is the game sorted now. Now we don't have to worry about the wretched camo balloons at this given point in time. But I still would like to get some Ultra Boosts on the Inferno Ring, please. You will be walking into my crucible of damnation. You just can't fit damnation into the nickname. So I just went with death instead. Yeah, with 95, the biggest problem is trying to cleansing foam both the camo purples and camo lead. So you have to really prioritize the purples first because A, they are much faster, and B, of course, the Inferno Ring cannot damage them. So from that point onwards, you're going to have to really try and move your cleansing foam ever so slightly so that you still decamo the purples. But obviously, you have to wait a little bit until you can actually decamo everything. And then when you buy Ultra Boost, obviously overclock your Ultra Boost before you buy Ultra Boost so that you can get full uptime and you're not trying to battle against the ability cooldown reset, which is obviously a bit of a problem to have. So here we go, round 100. Determining when the bad is going to pop is a little bit of an issue. There we go. It just means that we can do the do. You know what, Ultra Boost the Ultra Boost just for the sake of it. And there we go, everybody. That is nearly 2 megapops with the Inferno Ring. Obviously, the engineer needs to do a lot of. Oh my god, that's satisfying. Actually, we spent 150k exactly. So therefore, that would mean we get 178,905 cash within a game of chimps. That ends with 5. And how many layers are there when you have 5? Oh, obviously it's pink, but I was trying to go with, did you know how many that is? It says yellow right there. 4, the number 4. Obviously that is one way to play this map. I'm pretty sure it's definitely a much easier solution is to just have 3 towers. Or if you can get even more than 3 towers, and good luck, because it's only a small space in which you can fit towers down. But Inferno Ring and Ultra Boost is definitely a possibility. But I would say think of something else because this is a very expensive combination. And you can't ever get times 10 Ultra Boost unless you're on a map like 3 mines around. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of the video down in the comment sections below. Volcanic Abyss by Timeweaver with a it's got a 7% win rate. But I just did the 2TC achievement anyways. But thank you all so much for watching. And if I do type into here and I put 2, I do have the achievement, okay? It's just fun ways to get to that achievement rather than just always relying on something like Gravelord Mad or Monarch and Golden Justice. That's the newest combination which has the most amount of 2TCs done on as many maps as possible where it's possible to do that 2TC on. Even on like Sunset Gulch it can be done on, which is stupid. Thank you all so much for watching and take care of yourselves, everybody. Good luck to everybody for version 53. Or enjoy version 53. Or whatever. We have Vortex next on Luminous Cove.